Today, my goal for this video is that you are going to walk away with 4 actionable steps on how to make sure that your side hustle is successful. And the reason I even created this video is I have friends and I have family that are constantly coming and they're saying, number one, how do you have time to do all of the things that you're doing? And number two, how are you making money at them? And so I kind of thought if I have that many people that I know that are close to me asking this question, there's probably a bunch of you out there on the internet that want the same kind of answers. And what's interesting is when I look back on the last 10 years, I have had a corporate career, including being an executive, having teams report to me, traveling, working every day, having 3 kids, and I've still managed to have successful side hustles. Now, everybody's description of successful is different. So to you, successful might mean $10 a month. To someone else, it might mean $100,000 a month. My definition of successful means that I've set a goal for my side hustle and I've achieved or exceeded those goals. And those goals vary. The side hustles have varied. I have had my real estate license. I have had a mortgage company. There's been a lot of things that I've done, but in each one of those roles, I was able to hit my goals and even exceed those goals. And what you'll find is maybe today your side hustle idea is one thing, but as you evolve and you grow and you start to realize what you're really good at, that side hustle might change, as it has for me over the years. If you reproduce these 4 tips that I'm going to give you, it really doesn't matter what the hustle is, you'll be able to succeed at it. Okay, so I talked about the 4 things that I'm going to share with you today. The final one may surprise you, and I think it's probably the biggest key to success of all of the 4 things. There are some mindset things in this video, but then additionally, we are going to talk about real actionable things that you can take away and implement today to start earning money and monetizing whatever that side hustle is. The very first one is to be a lifelong learner. Now, I mentioned that I've had different types of side hustles, and within each of those, it takes learning from scratch, right? Becoming a realtor takes going through these classes and these courses and learning a skill that you haven't had before. But let me give you tactical ways that you can implement this in your everyday life. Number one, your sources to learn from. I have 3 sources. I have a subscription to Audible, so I always have a book going. Right now, I'm listening to Mr. Beast book on YouTube. And then I have a Udemy Academy subscription. This is where you can get university type classes and you can go through those. Those are a little harder for me to multitask and do just because I have to be sitting at a computer and watching them. And then the third one, of course, is YouTube itself. And so those are kind of the 3 sources that I use to learn these different skills that I've implemented in my side hustles. Now, if you have a side hustle that has a more traditional learning path, so for example, real estate, there is courses already designed so that you can get your real estate license. When I did my real estate courses for the state of Minnesota, I did them in 2 weeks. And how I did that is I was intentional about my time. I took the amount of hours it was going to require. I knew I wanted to get them done in about 2 weeks, and I divided those hours by 14 days to see how many hours I had to do every day. My day ended at about 9 p.m. after I had done my day job, and of course had some time with the kids and the husband, had dinner. And so at about 9 p.m., I would take my computer into the bedroom and I would work on my classes every day until I finished my real estate courses. In my first year as a realtor, I was able to make over $100,000. This was a side gig. I was only doing it on evenings and weekends. I was only taking a couple clients at a time. And that was also at a 49% split. So I was only taking home a little less than half of these commissions, meaning that for someone doing this as a full-time realtor at a brokerage that pays a higher percentage, that would have been an over $200,000 income in the first year as a realtor. So these are highly possible when you're intentional about your plan. My second tip is to take action. And I know this sounds very simple, like of course I'm going to take action, but you would be shocked how many people that I talk to that come and say, hey, Emily, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? Give me tips, give me tricks. They've been thinking about it and wanting to do it for years and just have never started it. And I was guilty of that myself here with YouTube. It was something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. And I maybe didn't believe in myself enough. I maybe didn't have the right equipment. And I took a really long time to get started until one day I said, I don't have any followers. anyways. I have no subscribers. I can put videos up. Like, what do I have to be scared or embarrassed of? And the more videos you do, the better you get. And I'm not perfect yet, but I don't need to be perfect. And hopefully you don't expect me to be perfect. If you get nothing else out of this video, I hope that when you watch this, you think in the back of your head, what have I been intending to start? Whether it's a new workout routine, whether it's a side business, whether it's taking those real estate classes, or starting a YouTube channel. I hope you walk away from this video and you just take that first step of action. So if it's a gym, just go to the gym today. If it's YouTube, film your first video. Take action. Number 3 is to optimize. Let's talk about some tangible steps that you can do to optimize. And I'm going to give you a real life example. You, of course, want to apply that to whatever your side hustle is, but I'm going to talk about real estate. How was I able to close 28 deals my first year as a realtor? And they were all like first time home buyers. They were buying entry level homes, which was a very competitive market. And I had a main job. So how did I do that? Number 1, I set up templates. Anything that you're doing repeatedly should have a process and it should be templated. For example, if you're sending the same email over and over, as a creator, I send emails to companies asking them to collaborate. I have that already templated out. It's simply a copy and paste with a few edits. In the real estate world, what I would template out was all of my forms and my documents. So I made folders which had my sales, my purchases, my FHA, my conventional, and I had all of my things documented in little packages so that when I was ready to do paperwork, that allowed me to quickly just edit their name and send all the paperwork out. So creating a process for yourself of anything that you repeat on a day-to-day basis to make it more efficient and to optimize your time is always going to help you scale that business without hiring. As an influencer, how do I optimize? I reached a point in my Instagram where I was getting thousands and thousands of requests for links to shop things. I was getting a lot of traffic and activity. I have over 90,000 followers on my Instagram. That's a lot to maintain responding to all of those people when I also have a day job and I have design clients. I did invest in a tool called ManyChat, and that tool automates some of those links and those replies to my followers. So great for them. They get the replies really quickly. And then great for me because it's optimizing the fact that I'm only one person trying to run a side hustle and still do a great job at my day job. Depending your side hustle, maybe you're sitting here thinking, I don't know how to optimize. This is where that lifelong learner comes back in. This is where that cycle kind of goes back to step number 1. So Google, YouTube, search, how do I optimize XYZ? So I have found, for me, I have ADHD. So I Google and I search things like productivity methods for people with ADHD. How do I keep track of different things? And I search specifically for help with my needs. Just remember to continue to learn even on those little things. Research and learn, how do you optimize? What are maybe some skills that other people have already implemented in their business that you can copy and paste instead of reinventing the wheel from scratch? Now, I told you at the end there was going to be what I think is the number 1 biggest secret to making sure that your side hustle is successful, no matter what that side hustle is, and it is confidence. I myself struggled with this. I'm sure you have. I'm sure every person, friend, neighbor, family member has struggled with this at some time or another. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm the most confident person in the world. I have no insecurities. Of course, that's not true. But I have learned to believe in myself. I have learned that if I set my mind to it, if I put in the time and the preparation, that I'm going to be successful. And that confidence gives you another level of ability where you don't care what other people are going to say. You don't care what other people are going to think. You believe in yourself. And I think that if we're talking about anything here from a mindset perspective that you really need to take away from this video is it starts with you believing that you're capable. And I believe if you put in the time, and if you do the learnings, you are capable. Anybody is capable of this. I have no degree in any of the different things that I've been successful at, but I've been able to self-teach and to implement. And it's a variety of the 3 methods that I've given you today, which is being a lifelong learner, taking action, and optimizing your strategies. But you need to pair that with the confidence and the ability to put yourself out there and take that action because you believe that you'll be able to succeed. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for joining. I share a variety of content on my channel from home decor, but I'm also trying to share more of the business side because I really want to help other women who either maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you need a side income, maybe you're just ready for a career change, maybe you're getting back into the workforce after having babies, but I really want to help you guys also find ways to make money and be passionate about what you do. So please hit subscribe, comment, and like the video. It really helps support my channel.